Hey traders, Nick Shaheen here, answering a question. Actually, one particular question prompted the video, but I've had the same question from multiple people, and I deal with hundreds of traders every week, and with dozens and dozens of tickers, good tickers, same question. Have we bottomed? Have we bottomed? It's very tough to answer because even though this stock, for example, looks like it's bottomed to a certain degree within a certain time frame, given certain parameters, right, visually. And fundamentally, also, I can make the argument, we can talk about it, but we won't. However, they have to trade within the prism of the whole market. So if you tell me the market is, quote, bottomed, then I'll say, yes, this one is bottomed. But who can say that? To bottom, shouldn't there be a correction first? And I'm going to take us to, if you've seen my videos of late, if you're a member, if you are a member of the chat room and the team, you're tired of hearing this, right? This is the S&P chart on a weekly basis. Bottom, shouldn't we have a dip before we have a bottom? We are 1 week, 5 days from an all-time high. So I don't think we started falling. Therefore, did we bottom is the wrong question. The question is this a good entry point? So that's what I want to answer. Is this a good entry point? And they had a couple of ARK tickers. The reason I'm tackling the ARK tickers, thanks Frank for the question, by the way. And by the way, I have a link in the description below to the chat room. It's not free to be in it, but it's totally reasonable, but it's free to try it out. You have 10 days, but you have to use PayPal. So the link will take you to PayPal. It's $0. The only reason I do that is to qualify the people, because I have 300 people in the group, and I don't want to just open it up to whoever. You've seen the trolls out in social media. They are not nice, some of them. So this is a precautionary safety measure. Back to ARK. So ARK F, I believe, was the question. So this is ARK F's weekly. So if you've been under a rock somewhere and you don't know what ARK is, this is a company that's revolutionizing how hedge funds or money managers, whatever you call them, people on Wall Street who invest money for others, do business. First time I saw her, I have to admit, I thought she was crazy. Catherine Wood is the head, but she made me eat my shoe with her results with Tesla. So that's why I thought she was crazy. She had a $4,000 price target on Tesla when it was like 200 or whatever. And that was, for me, I thought it was ridiculous, but here we are. So I'm open to what they're doing. I love change. I like the fact that they report on everything every night. So the question is, did this one bottom? First, you have to know what this one is. They manage their own money, and they have a slew of ETFs per like topic. The one risky part about them is they know what they're doing, but people don't know what they're doing. So even though they tell us every move they make, the concept is so easy to get from the front page of ARK. I hate to repeat it, but I will. The front page on the website for ARK Invest is that they solely invest in disruption, so innovation. Solely, all the eggs in one basket. That word scares me. And innovation, and it's basically betting on something to work in the future and that is not now. If you're trying to disrupt, that means you've got no P&L. So in the big picture, the big thought process is scary for somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. But if you look into what's in it, it doesn't really work the way they say. Like Square is the number one holding in this particular ARK. It's 11% of it. And Square has an actual P&L. They have, 7 times their... We'll go look at Square. So to answer this, I have to look at the stuff within it. The top 10 are probably 40 or 50% of the whole. And if I'm comfortable with the top 10, them being at the bottom, at a viable place, then the answer is that yes, ARK F bottomed. So just looking at this weekly one, I see this range, and I see this range as very important. Therefore, I'm going to combine them. So anything below the last week's low and this week's low, anything was rejected last week. So all of this long, thin thing, meaning within the week, they had lows that were down here, but maybe they closed, maybe they're not. We'll go look. But on a week, on Friday, they cut the losses in half. They opened here, They fell to here and they recovered. So now they are above the recovery this week. We are Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, the 21st. So they are rejecting the bottom. So they're trying to hold because this has been a pivotal zone. Unfortunately, it's pretty dang wide. Right? So let's get smarter. All right. So this is the daily chart, and this was May 13th, 14th, 17th, and 18th. So last week's low, they didn't close there. 44 seems like to be a hot zone, hot potato. And look left, that was an absolute top right here. That was a big war, whatever happened here. Some headline, whatever, ignore it. And they used this same zone where they are right now. Look to the right, it's exactly where they were. And they said, oh, we're gone. They haven't tested it. This should have held, it didn't. So that's the scary part. So technically, once they lost this, they're headed to here, technically. I'm not a technician, but I can get you probably a few technicians that will say, oh, this is some sort of a head and shoulder or inverse cup and handle, whatever. To me, it's a neckline. They fought over really hard. 2 days here, violent. 1 day here, few days here. They came back to it. 4 days, fought over it really hard. They shrugged it off. They came back. They didn't even stop, and they went below it. And now they're going above, trying to get through the same node. Forget logic. Just from the chart's perspective, when this happens, onus is on the bulls to overcome that huge loss that they took. They didn't even slow down here. So, and then the machines now start thinking, we sell the pops. And that's how you establish lower highs, lower low trend to finish this. So the distance should be from the neck to the top. So eyeballing it somewhere down here. I don't give it full credit right away. What I do is they try to hold prior significant levels. That's one of them. Look left. What's the other one? The one just below it. This one, this battle here. So this could probably be the end target of it. Has it bottomed? If the market rallies from here on out, sure, this one has a better chance. All by itself, it shouldn't go lower. Why? If square is the biggest one in there, I'll look at square. Look at square. Hold, hold. It didn't lose the bottom like ARK F did. It's still trying. So if I go to ARK F again, to visually inspect how they lost their neckline, right there. Okay, I'm going to Control Z. They haven't. This was the neckline. So because they sucked worse on March 5th, they still have plausible deniability to the machines that, hey, we're holding. The next move is a swing. So if that's the case, then ARK F has a tailwind from this guy. There are other big names in here. PayPal is in here. Tencent is in here. SE is in here. So let's go to SE. I don't look at this chart. This one's already bumped. So the incremental boost from SE is gone. It's already built into the ARK F. It's not a drag, but it's not going to be like if this one bounces, there's still a few red candles at 11 points each, right? So another, which is weird, Z is in here. Not sure why. Fintech? Zillow? So this one, good company, but it's in the same boat as ARK F. It lost its battle, and now it's trying to recover it. But this looks like a base. It was the base here. So the assumption that they could still have it. So if the market stabilizes, none of these companies suck to where they deserve more beatings. But technically, they've already lost the battle. Square hasn't, and it's really good company financially. I mean, look at the financials. They're outstanding, and they're leading fintech now. Visa and MasterCard are playing catch-up, those old dogs, to the new kids on the block. PayPal is in there, too. And let me see, PayPal, what does it look like? Yeah, slightly better than Square. It's already hitting the prior resistance. So this is a long-winded answer, Frank, but I think you got it. Sure, it could be a nice swing up for fintech, ARK F. I'm thinking Square because I'm long Square. So this could be the bottom, but onus is on the bulls to actually claim it, and they will need the market's help. We'll see how Friday goes, and if the S&P continues lower, then these are probably destined for lower prices. So if I'm long, I'm not panicking out. If I want to get stopped out, I would stop myself out of here because I don't know what's below. and I don't want to find out. That's one method. Or if it gets to here, I should get myself out in case they revert lower. And also, if I'm looking to get long for the long term, it's not a bad place to start, but definitely not a place to load up all in. So use common sense and look at the big picture. That's all I have to say about ARK F. I mean, not anywhere did I need to poo-poo on anybody's methods. I do respect what they're doing, and I love the fact that they report on their moves. That is very refreshing, and I hope that the rest turn this dark cloud in Wall Street that, oh yeah, we call it a buy now, and you don't know what they're doing behind the scene. Well, at least these people, when they talk about a stock, they actually tell us how much they own and how much they sold and how much they bought every day. That is cool. Nick signing out.